Welcome to 28204. As a smaller zip code, actually, it's a very healthy combination of bungalows, luxurious condos that are, some of them are loft style that face uptown, and then a lot of different new construction townhomes. From all of those, you range from properties that are built and homes that are built in the 1920s to stuff that's brand new construction. So in 28204, Elizabeth, Chantilly, Midtown, Belmont, parts of Belmont, compared to the Charlotte MSA, which is about $143 per square foot, this zip code is roughly around $260 a square foot, which has in the last few years risen by about 13%. So there's been a ton of growth here. This morning before shooting, I actually checked the MLS and there are only 30 active properties for sale in 28204. About 15 of them are new construction townhomes in the Belmont area, and which means there's literally only 15 houses right around here that are for sale in this zip code, and that is it. Midtown is super walkable just because you're literally living over top of places like Trader Joe's and Best Buy and across the street from Target. You have Dressler's, which is a steakhouse. You've got Hickory Tavern, which is like a pub, tavern kind of restaurant. So I mean, obviously the walkability here is incredible. One of the really cool features about living in Midtown is when you're in some of these condos, you actually get an unobstructed view of our uptown skyline. The most popular condo complex that you're gonna find in Midtown is right up here. It's called the Met Terraces. These are the ones that just have awesome views of uptown. We're in Elizabeth now. This was actually founded in the early 1900s as a streetcar suburb in Charlotte. A fun fact about when it was founded, a lot of these lots were actually selling for $40 or $50 per property, and then the premium lots were selling for $100, and that's it. From 7th Street to Central Avenue, Pecan is like the street that we're on right now, which is one of the major arteries that gets you from Elizabeth and that southern part of the city over to like the Plaza Midwood side of town, which is why this is such a popular place to be. So if the loft style condos and that modern look isn't really your thing and you want to live in more of a suburb kind of area, basically if you're going to be in this zip code, this is probably the intersection that you want to make sure you are closest to. So when you're looking at home and you're trying to figure out, okay, where's the best spot to live in this zip code? This is definitely the intersection that you're gonna wanna focus on because this is gonna have a lot of retail and it's gonna have a huge walkability factor here. This is a cool spot just because it's right in the heart of the zip code. It's relatively new. They've been here for like about a year and a half. And it's a private membership to get in here, but it's one of those where it's based on the amount of food to alcohol sales, so it's not super private by any means, but it's clearly got a really cool vibe. Basically, this is right on that street corner where if you want to live in this area, like you want to be as close to this as possible. So when you're looking for things, be sure to look for this restaurant, and then you can kind of go out from there. We're in Belmont right here. It's another part of the 28204 zip code. So compared to like Elizabeth and Midtown and Chantilly, this is where you're gonna have a lot more new construction, whether it's single family homes, duplexes, townhomes, you name it. You're gonna see a lot more new construction here because builders are able to get their hands on lots and land for a little bit cheaper. And those are typically gonna run you about $400 to $500 and up. You'll start seeing single family homes in here in the $600s and $700s and some even higher than that. The average price per square foot in here is about $240, and that's gone up about 7% in the last year. And also in the last year, the inventory in Belmont has gone down by 46%, and it's at around 1.5 months right now. When I say that there's 1.5 months of inventory, what that means is basically if they were to stop selling or stop putting new houses on the market today, it would only take 1.5 months to sell everything that's on the market. Basically, the way to kind of put that in perspective is if a 6-month supply is a healthy market. So anything less than 6 months, very favorable for sellers, and anything over 6 months to 12 months is very favorable for buyers, because that means that there is a lot more inventory that's on the market, which, you know, compared to 2008, what we're seeing right now is insanely low inventory. And so that's really helping push the real estate market on. Probably the closest comparison for Chantilly, where we're at right now, is Dilworth. The average sale price in this zip code is about $475,000. You're gonna see a lot of bungalow style homes in here, and you're going to see some that have been converted into some really large, beautiful houses, but they are gonna be keeping a lot of these homes true to the original character of the neighborhood. So also in this zip code, you're gonna see prices kind of range from about $280,000 on the lower end to about $1 million. And as you can kind of see behind me, this is the kind of neighborhood where you're gonna see houses trending up towards that $1 million price point. Now that we've gone through 208, 204, you can kind of see some of the different neighborhoods. So like the Elizabeth, Chantilly, Midtown, Belmont areas, and just how they've changed and how they're really, there's a lot of opportunity there. Whether you want to get a condo, a loft style condo that's very modern, or if you want an older bungalow, or if you want new construction townhome, there's a lot of different options here. And there's a lot of cool retail here. I appreciate you guys tuning in today. And well, if it goes without saying, if you like the video, go ahead and give me a like, and be sure to hit that subscribe button on YouTube. And I'll see you next week.